0 deposit, 0 first month payment, and 0 due at signing, or get 0% APR financing for 72 months.
One of the great local attractions in St. Louis, the St. Louis Aquarium, located conveniently at Union Station. We are halfway home as the action continues under the arch. The NCAA Wrestling Championships continue tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern, with the semifinals on ESPN. Mike Cousins, Tim Johnson, Jim Gibbons, Quint Kesnick, the entire crew tonight. And then tomorrow, the NCAA Championships continue with the medal round, 11 o'clock Eastern on ESPN2, and then at 7 on ESPN. It's the finals. Everything streaming live on the ESPN app. Gable Steveson, 32 consecutive wins. Quarterfinal victory a few moments ago over the young freshman from Penn State. It was the Nittany Lion who last beat Steveson back in the 2019 semifinals, but here in 2021, it's all Gable Steveson. Quint Kesnick caught up with him just a few moments ago.
Gable, congratulations. That was an impressive win over kind of an up-and-coming young guy, a pretty good athlete. What was most critical?
Most critical is just keep my foot on the gas, taking shots, getting good angles, and it worked out pretty well.
How do you describe your footwork? Our analysts were talking about your feet most of the match. You got the feet of like a 125-pounder.
Felt like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
What do you do to work on that footwork and that explosiveness?
Just footwork drills that in practice is maintaining my speed. That's the one thing. If you want to be a heavyweight, got to be athletic or something. I think that's my best trait.
Do you keep up with some of the lightweights in practice in terms of the running and the explosive stuff?
I try to. Keeping up with them pushes me to a new level. And so me being a bigger guy, running with the lighter guys, definitely pushes my focus.
What's the mindset tonight for the semifinals?
Take down, take down, take down. Don't stop until you win.
See you tonight.
You know, every time I hear Gable Steveson, you just can't help but really appreciate what this young man brings to the table. Not only his athleticism, but the personality, that the star-like power that he has for Minnesota.
Yeah, he's got that, you know, you just heard that, loves to train and all that stuff, and then all of a sudden it gives you a little hi mom wave.
Oh, good stuff. Minnesota. They've had a little bit of success in that heavyweight division throughout the years. That's been their weight, the legacy of championships at heavyweight for Minnesota, and they're trying to add another with Gable Steveson. Iowa, Penn State, Oklahoma State, your top three. NC State in the number 4 spot. Alpha-Polizio and the Wolfpack. We go to some bonus coverage with the consolation side, round 2. And Jim, let's break down what's at stake in this second round consolation.
Well, they'll have another round after this that will give them the opportunity. If they win, they'll wrestle one of these quarterfinal losers, and it's kind of a bad way of saying it here, the quarterfinals that didn't win. So they'll have an opportunity to go ahead and continue their quest to be an All-American. They're still alive for 3rd place.
Sam Schuyler, redshirt junior Buffalo. We've seen some smaller heavyweights, guys who are moving up a weight. He was a 97-pounder earlier this season. Actually made the move up, so his first full stretch at heavyweight for Buffalo out of Kings Park, New York. He's trailing Lehigh's Jordan Wood 1-0, second period. Riding time in the left-hand corner, not a factor.
Like I said, these matches keep you alive, and the first round tonight is going to be the blood round and the consolations, and if you win in that round, you become an All-American, which is the top 8. Got an opportunity to continue to wrestle again in that consolation quarterfinal round to be able to go ahead and stay alive for 3rd.
You mentioned Miles Amin and the semifinals coming up tonight at 97 for Michigan. Right now he's a cheerleader, cheering on his cousin Cameron Amin. He's tied 4-4, 3rd period.
Yeah, Cam Amin has had a good tournament, lost a close match. When they lost, Peyton Robb is a guy that moved up from 57 last year from Nebraska and has had some success. You know, sometimes all you got to do is just beat one guy, and then all of a sudden you get on a roll in these consolations, and you can take that momentum into tomorrow. at the edge of the mat there. Again, riding time not a factor in this match so far. 50 seconds left in the third. So it's going to be a blood timeout now in the Amin match.
Peyton Robb, just a sophomore, Owatonna, Minnesota, two-time NCAA qualifier. He placed fourth at the Big Tens this year, actually lost the third place match to the Wolverine in the opposite corner, Cam Amin. This is a weight that Isaiah White had for Nebraska at 165. Robb's first year in there, as Jim talked about, bumping up a weight. You look at the training room and a lot of these guys, and success just carries over success. And for a youngster like Robb, he learned from one of the best, sparring each day with Tyler Berger and that Husker room.
Yeah, Berger's now become a coach, and all indications done a pretty good job of helping out with that Husker program. So yeah, he's a valuable guy to have in the room, guy that has a lot of confidence, and try to project that confidence on the rest of the team.
Couple of tight matches. Let's see if Robb or Amin can get it too. You see the body lock there.
You know, it's interesting, Sean, when you move up a weight, you know, you get 25, 30 matches up at that weight, and you get used to the flow. You see with Amin getting that takedown, and you got to get used to how I'm going to position myself against a guy who's bigger, and it's a difficult with this shortened season, the 5 or 6 matches the guys had to be able to go ahead and make that adjustment.
Nice win by Amin. Next year will be a big year for Michigan. The NCAA championships heading to Detroit, hosted by Michigan. So Amin's going to be a guy who, if we continue this trend of curbing COVID-19, he could be wrestling in front of a full house in Motown. Wood, a 1-0 lead. Lehigh, third period. See the movement underneath, but Wood just smothering, has riding time as well. And he's rolled Skyler over, caught him on a roll through, and he's going to add some near fall points for good measure. And Lehigh wanting the fall, but they'll settle for the win, and Jordan Wood with the victory for the Mountain Hawks. 5-0 with the near fall points plus the riding time, a 6-0 win in the second round consolation. Let's swing down to Quint.
Guys, this tournament's been a massive undertaking by the NCAA, the teams, the athletes, in terms of COVID testing. They had to get tested in order to travel to St. Louis. 2 negative tests needed to actually get into this facility, and athletes have been tested daily. And what you're watching today is so far perfection. Knock on wood, so far, but just been told by the NCAA officials, so far they haven't received a single positive test, okay? That's 330 athletes, that's 4 coaches per team, that's a medical advisor, and that's some of us broadcasters as well. So that's the good news, as this tournament now continues. We're a little bit past the halfway mark, and we're starting to determine our All-Americans and head towards the championships on Saturday night.
It really, truly is amazing when you look at the 330 athletes who were here, the discipline that was asked of them. This is a sport that requires the utmost discipline. And now not only are you battling weight, but you're going through the rigors of COVID-19 testing. A lot of these teams went through quarantine protocols where they had to self-isolate for a couple of weeks and still train, and yet maintain weight, keep the cardio up. It's a perfect storm if we can get through this weekend, and a big round of applause for all those involved at the NCAA level.
Yeah, not only the NCAA, but the athletes themselves. You know, you asked me, am I surprised? And I'm not, because I think that these athletes will do whatever it takes to go ahead and compete for these championships, and that's what the big thing is about this, and keeping our minds as, and my thoughts go back to last year with last year's group of seniors and how they got, they would have done anything to be in this position, whatever testing it took to be able to do it. I think about those guys, and hopefully they become fans of the sport lifelong.
You know, Jimmy, you mentioned that senior class because I ran into Luke Pletcher, who was a senior last year for Ohio State. He's coaching at Pitt now.
Sure.
There's 4 or 5 guys who really never got their due. You know, never got their send off. Whether it was Mark Hall, Vincenzo Joseph of Penn State, I think of Colin Moore, and Luke Pletcher of Ohio State. Those are 4 guys, multiple All-Americans, guys who are a part of our shows for so long, and they didn't get their appropriate send-off, and I really feel for those guys. And I think their teammates this year, in many ways, are wrestling for those guys who didn't get that, you know, that ending and that applause from 20,000 fans.
I got another one for you. Pat Lugo, Iowa, #1 seed going into the tournament, and you know, I'm sure that this Iowa team is remembering him as they compete here in this tournament.
We'll be back with more of the consolations. We'll put the finishing touches on this quarterfinal round in St. Louis.
With Metro by T-Mobile, your money goes further. Right now, there's 0 fees to switch. Get 2 free phones and 2 free tablets with unlimited. Just $25 a line for 4 lines. All on the T-Mobile network. Rule your day with Metro by T-Mobile.
I'll be right back. With moderate to severe Crohn's disease, I was there. Just not always where I needed to be.
Is she all right?
I hope so. So I talked to my doctor about Humira. I learned Humira is for people who still have symptoms of Crohn's disease after trying other medications. The majority of people on Humira saw significant symptom relief in as little as 4 weeks, and many achieved remission that can last.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections. Serious and sometimes fatal infections, including tuberculosis and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Be there for you and them. Ask your gastroenterologist about Humira. With Humira, remission is possible.
With Infinity Now, your test drive comes to you. So you can try one car one day, and another the next. Because when you find the kind of luxury that fits you, you'll know. Experience luxury on your terms when you purchase or lease a new Infinity online with Infinity Now. Lease the 2021 Infinity QX50 for $379 a month at your local Infinity retailer.
Hey, how you doing, baby? You look mighty fine. I figured I might come your way and roll up on you with that golden ticket. Shawty, can I get your digits? Maybe we can kick it. Hey. Just wait till all my time is up. Just wait till all my. Just wait till all my.
Smell irresistible. New X. It's time to cut out. Cut to it. Cut loose. Cut slack. Cut back.
Cut back.
Cut open. Cut to the chase. Cut out with Cutwater, the most awarded canned cocktail made with our real spirits.
The Epson Eco Tank. No more buying cartridges. Look at all this ink it comes with. Big ink tanks. Lots of ink. No more cartridges. Incredible amount of ink. The Epson Eco Tank. Just fill and chill.
How do you top the perfect cup of Dunkin' Cold Brew? With the perfect top of sweet cold foam. For a velvety smoothness and feeling you just can't top. Sip into a medium chocolate stout or classic cold brew with sweet cold foam for $3. Order ahead plus earn rewards. America runs on Dunkin'.
The NCAA Wrestling Championships is brought to you by Geico. You could save even more by bundling home and car insurance.
From one championship bracket to another, it's the Women's Frozen Four National Championship game as Wisconsin defending champions ready to roll again in 2021. They take on Northeastern, making their first appearance in the title. 7:30 Eastern, ESPNU and the ESPN app. Jim, Iowa in control right now. The Hawkeyes 73.5. Penn State sitting second. A good battle. Oklahoma State, North Carolina State for the third spot.
Yeah, Michigan's popped up in with the wins by the Amines. Arizona State, Minnesota being competitive here. Of course, they've got Gable Steveson.
Well, what makes a championship weekend special? The element of the upset. We had 3 alone in this afternoon session.
None bigger than this one was Shane Griffith, the Pac-12 Scholar Athlete of the Year, able to go ahead and take down Alex Marinelli, the #1 seed in overtime, collecting the points. Enthusiasm for that Stanford wrestling program.
How about we stay on the West Coast with Cal Poly?
West Coast guys showed up here. There's a big win here by Bernie Truax from Cal Poly, taking Mikey Labriola from Nebraska out of it here. Big win, big celebration.
And then the Boomer Sooner, the 26th seed, Jake Woodley, taking care of business.
Well, this bottom part of this bracket just got wrecked here. Michael Beard, the 15 seed, the freshman here, able to go ahead and Jacob Woodley with a big win there. 3-4 point decision over Michael Beard.
The Hawkeyes in position to grab their first title in more than a decade. 2010, the last time Iowa was ahead of the pack. Gable Steveson has just destroyed everybody in a day and a half in St. Louis. 32-match win streak on the line tonight in the semifinals. And then Spencer Lee. Schroeder was able to slow down his offense a little bit, but he's still in search of his 3rd national title. He won back-to-back in 18 and 19. He carries the 33-match win streak, the reigning Hodge Trophy winner for Iowa. The tip of the sword, if you will, for the Hawkeyes as they try to make their run to a national title. Quint, I'm curious, let's get your thoughts as you look ahead to tonight and what we just digested in this quarterfinal round.
Yeah, it's been interesting to gauge the temperature of this event from floor level, basically. It's a little colder, honestly, than usual. There's that ice underneath here, and without the fans, without all those 95-degree heaters here, it's actually kind of cool in this arena this year. But what I see from these athletes hasn't changed at all. You know, the only thing we don't have is that great crowd noise. I think the semifinals tonight, typically in the past, and Jim, I don't know if you echo this or not, but the wrestling gets a little, shall we say, cautious at times in the semifinals. So much at stake, a trip to the national championship. And when they win the semifinals tonight, we'll have great access, and I hope we can hear from a lot of the winners. But the wrestling today, I was really impressed with some of the upsets and some of the you know, more of the unknown guys, especially the West Coasters who stepped up.
I couldn't agree more, Q, and I can't wait here. Watch those semifinals and see 2 guys walking into tomorrow here with a chance to win a national championship. And we're also going to get to see the blood round as well. Guys getting an opportunity to be an All-American.
The semifinals coming up tonight. Mike Cousins, Tim Johnson, Jim Gibbons, Quint Kesnick, the entire crew tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern, here from St. Louis. Coming up next, it's the Old Spice regular season college lacrosse clash. Penn State, Johns Hopkins. Join us for more from the NCAA Championship semifinal round tonight, 8 o'clock on ESPN. Thanks for joining us. So long from the Gateway City.